Welcome back to EDS, and in this video I'm going to show you a strategy that's going to completely change the game and you will never trade the same way again. So what you want to do is open up this specific watch list. It's a futures watch list, and it's specifically futures that have options available to trade on them. And if your broker doesn't display this natively, then just copy these ticker symbols and make your own custom watch list. Then you want to have IV rank as a metric on your watch list, and you want to order everything from high to low IV rank, and you only want to be interested in looking at things to trade that have an IV rank of at least 30. If you have a smaller account, you probably want to stick to things like bonds and currencies. If you have a larger account, by all means trade whatever you like. And you kind of want to pick something that's mid to high. It helps to have market awareness to understand why IV might be high or low. But we're just going to go with the corn futures here, which is /ZC. It has an IV rank of 55.5 and an absolute IV level of 23.7%. Then once you've selected your underlying, you want to go over to where you can see a list of expiration dates for that underlying. We have our option expiration dates on the left, and then we have the corresponding futures contract next to it. You don't need to worry about the futures contract. Everything will be lined up for you automatically. We just want to be focusing on the options expiration dates, and the one that you want to pick needs to be between 30 and 60 days out in time. So we've got one here that's 48 days out, March 21st. So we're going to open that up, and now we are presented with the options chain. The spreads are wide right now because the market is closed. It is a Saturday, but I'm just going to carry on and show you for example purposes. So what you want to do is you want to sell one call and one put, and anytime you're selling a call or a put, you're basically short that contract. And when you're short an options contract, you want price to stay away from that strike that you sold the contract at. So we can use the expected move of the underlying to determine where we want to sell our contracts. So we've got it visually displayed here by this orange vertical bar, but it's also displayed in parentheses next to your IV level in the top right. So it's plus or minus 28.45. Now, the further out you go, the higher your probability of success will be. However, the less premium you will also collect, and therefore the lower your return on capital. So what I like to do is be in and around the one standard deviation level, and be between 15 and 20 deltas on either side. So we'll start off with the deltas, and we'll sell this contract at the 540 strike with a 15 delta, and we'll do the same thing on the put side. There's a 16 delta here, and we'll sell the 460 strike contract. And now you can see we've created a range for ourselves, and we want price to stay within this range. And as you can also see, the contracts are sitting outside of the expected move. There is a little bit of skew here, but we're in and around the one standard deviation levels. We're not too far in or too far out. And what's the likelihood of price being in between this range at the point of expiration in 48 days time? Well, we have a pop down here in the bottom left, which is probability of profit, and that's our probability of making at least 1 penny on this trade, and that's at 75%. So already we have a very high probability of success at 75%. But that's if we hold all the way to expiration, but we don't have to hold all the way to expiration. So if we want to get out early, we can get out at say 50% of max profit, and we have a P50 number here, which isn't displayed for futures. However, it's typically 10 to 15% higher than your pop. So your P50 would be about 90%, 85 to 90%. And so that would mean that you have an 85 to 90% chance of making at least 50% on this trade at some point during the next 48 days. So we've got overall probabilities of success of between 75 and 90%. This is before taking into account that implied volatility is generally overstated compared to actual volatility. So in real terms, our probabilities of success will in fact be higher than this. And this also doesn't take into account any adjustments or trade management that you do at any point over the next 48 days or whilst the contracts are live. So how much money can we make on this? Well, we have our max profit here, which is $325, and that's what we would collect, and that's what would get added to our cash balance as soon as this order gets filled. And and this would be our mid price here, 6.5. We would try and get filled at our mid price, and if we did, we would collect $325 up front. Our broker is going to require just over $800 to open this trade. So as you can see, we've got a little under 50% return, which is very, very high for 48 days. And we are being pretty conservative, and we've got high probabilities of success. If you wanted to be more aggressive, you could go to, say, the 20 delta on either side. And now we would collect $443 up front, and our buying power requirement is only $853. So now we have over a 50% return. You can then be even more aggressive and go to 25 delta. You could go to a 30 delta if you wanted to, and I'll go to the 30 delta just to show you the effect that it has. So we would now collect $731, and our buying power requirement would be just over 1.1k. So as you can see, our return is getting higher and higher. Our buying power requirement is increasing. However, our probability of success is dropping in the process. Our pop is at 63% now as opposed to 75. However, anything over 50% is a high probability trade, so 63% is still very good. Now, with this in mind, you do need to keep an eye on how much buying power you are allocating to your positions. And in order to figure that out and to be sizing your positions correctly, we've created a free template, free position sizing template. The link is in the description. Once you click on that button, it will take you to a spreadsheet that looks something like this. And the way it works is you just enter in the size of your portfolio. So say if you have a $50,000 account, you can then enter in whatever the current VIX level is. So say if it was 12.6, and then everything below will be automatically calculated for you. You just need to use this information to form the backbone of your portfolio, and over the long run, you'll be absolutely fine. If you would like to learn in more detail about what we do and how we do it, again, link will be in the description. This time, click on EDS Premium. Get yourself signed up, and inside you'll have access to our portfolio that will allow you to see the positions that we're placing, how we manage risk, how we make adjustments, all in real time. There's also a full course, so no prior knowledge is required. We will teach you everything that you need to know from start to finish. It's also a private community, so if you do get stuck at any point, you can speak directly with myself or with other like-minded individuals. And there's also a 100% money back guarantee. So once you have studied the full course and followed our trades for at least 6 months, if at that point you are not profitable, we will work with you for free until you are, or you can simply request a full refund. So it's completely risk-free. It's $9.99 a month to join right now. The price will be increasing. However, once you're in, the price is locked in for you at that price for life. So you are rewarded for getting in early. And the aim of EDS Premium is to teach you the skill. We do not want to keep you dependent on us. And once you have learned the skill, it's something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Nobody can ever take it away from you. And we aim to get you to that point where you are completely self-sufficient within 6 to 12 months. You are always welcome to stay and be part of the community, but within 6 to 12 months, you should be good to go. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the inside.